What up, though? What up, though? What up, though, people? Chiming in real quick. It's the afternoon. This was a pretty good weekend, pretty busy weekend. I had my godson, who I had to drop off at school this morning, so I didn't get a chance to get out and walk. Then right after that, I started going straight to knocking out a couple of estimates. I actually got a call coming in shortly for another estimate on the job, and I'm heading over to start a big job, which is taking out a hot water line in a brand new home. Home is 6 years old, but the PEX pipe, I think I said this on here before, the PEX piping they put in was bad, so we're going over there to cut it all out, which means I got to drop about 20-30% of her drywall in her on her main level to get to the water lines. So we're gonna knock that out. But like I said, I had to get up this morning and take my godson to school, drop him off at school. And I love that little fella, boy. He was truly an assignment from God. And he was preparing me for my granddaughter, my grandbaby. Because again, I don't have children. Some of you guys, none of y'all know, but I don't have kids. So, Coy, I met Coy maybe 2 years ago. He was probably like 3 months old. Now, I don't know if I told the story, but he was 3 months old. I met him and fell in love with the little fella. And his mother is a good woman, because she said to me one day, if you ever want to pick up Coy, just let me know. And he was a baby. And I said, well, okay, because I like the kid. So I picked him up, and I've been hanging with my man ever since for 2 years. And when I say he was an assignment from God, he truly was an assignment from God. That young man has showed me what it is to truly love somebody unconditionally. I love my wife dearly. But now I understand what it means for a parent to love a child. Again, because I don't have children, but I've got Corey and I got my grandbaby. And these two right here has really, Corey opened up my heart. And my grandbaby Brooklyn just came and stole it. But I understand what it is for a parent to love their children. And I didn't know that before. I truly didn't. I would look at people out here ripping and running because everybody got parents, and you'd be like, that knucklehead did that, throw the book at him. But I now understand why it's so hard for a parent to turn their back on their child, even if their child is doing bad. Let's say you got a daughter or your son just not doing what they're supposed to be doing, but a parent's love would never allow them to turn their back on their child, no matter how bad it is, no matter what horrible or horrific thing they may have possibly done. A parent is not going to stop loving their child. They're going to do whatever they can to protect and help their child. An outsider like I am, or like I used to be, would be like, I don't understand why you putting your house up, putting your mortgage up, putting your home up for bail to get your son out of jail. That don't make no sense. I don't know why you giving your daughter your car. I wouldn't let her drive my car. That don't make no sense. But a parent's love for a child, man, there's nothing you won't do. You go to the ends of the earth for it. And that's how I feel about Coy and my grandbaby. Nothing, I would never let nothing harm them. I think my responsibility for the remainder of my time here is not only to speak a word into my life, into other lives, but to prepare them to plant that seed inside of these two young lives that I have some responsibility of. And I couldn't ask for anything, a greater gift from God than that. Now, understanding the love between a father and his daughter and a mother and her son, think about it in terms of God's love for us. You know, I had to come here with it. And in Jeremiah, of course, I'm going to be in Jeremiah for a while, but Jerusalem had turned from God, was wicked, turned from God. And God warned Jerusalem. Jeremiah was telling Jerusalem, God said to Jerusalem, return to me. And then to make it even worse, Judea, the sister, saw Jerusalem doing what it wanted to do, and Judea said, I'm going to go that way, not the way of the Lord. I'm going to do what Jerusalem doing. So it was a double whammy, smack in the face with God. But the beautiful thing about that is God took them back. It's a repeating cycle. That book was written so long ago, but that's so true in our lives today. We failed to listen to, when we were growing up as kids, we didn't listen to our parents the way we should have. Had we listened, just think how much easier and better life could have been. But God loved Jerusalem and Judea so much that he simply said to return. Now, they got a choice to return, or they had the choice to return to God and to live according to God's rules, as we all do. But the thing to take from this nugget today is, no matter what we do, God will accept us back. All we have to do is return to God's word. Embedded in our hearts and start living correctly and return to God's word. It's just that simple. And you know, I never would have looked at it that way. Or I've heard stories like that many a times in church, so don't get me wrong. But you don't really understand it until you start living it. When you start living it, then you know. Hearing it is one thing. Listening is another. See, I heard it, but I wasn't listening. I'm listening now. Not only am I listening, but I'm taking notes. So, my thing, if I say anything to you guys today, is and I truly believe, man, this is a season to return. For those of you who know and have strayed away, return. You know, nobody forcing you to do it. It's got to be a choice. Because if somebody forced you to do it and you did it, you would probably backslide. No telling. It's got to be something that's in your heart to say, I'm doing this. Because there's no backsliding for me. You know, there's no more. I can't backslide. I backslid. I had my opportunity. God let me do it my way for 55 years. And at least 40 of those 55s, I was doing it my way for sure. All right. I had to accept the responsibility when I became old enough to know better. But ain't no backsliding over here. I can't go back. I can't go back to the person that I used to be. I'm tired of the headaches. I'm tired of the stress. I'm tired of the arguments. I'm tired of the short bank accounts. I'm tired of my car breaking down. I'm tired of moving. I'm tired of running. I'm tired of hiding. I'm tired. But guess what? I ain't tired no more. I ain't tired no more. I'm not tired no more. Man, so much stuff I wanted to say, but man, you remember, like I said, you can't be spilling your tea on here. You know what I mean? You can't spill your tea on here. So much I wanted to say, but I ain't gonna spill my tea on here. Y'all ain't gonna get me crying. But man, it is, man. It's an amazing and a wonderful experience to openly, honestly, consciously return back to God's word and learn it for yourself. And again, guys, like I said, don't take my word for it. Don't take my opinion and my thought. You gotta learn it for yourself. You gotta dissect it for yourself. You know, too many of us run, but we run into these churches and we let the pastor get up there and preach a sermon, and then his word is how he wants us to, it gets confusing, or it gets misinterpreted, or it gets mixed up. You can't decipher between what he's saying and what God is saying. But if you go out and learn it for yourself, then no preacher, I can't stand on this phone and tell you something. If you go out and learn it for yourself, all I'm doing is if I'm doing right, I'm just verifying what you already learned. I'm verifying what you already learned. So I'm not teaching nothing, because that's not my place. I'm just verifying and testifying. And on that note, I'm gonna let y'all go. Holler at y'all later.